Our political editor Andrew Clennell with me. And Andrew, the Prime Minister faced repeated questions, understandably, about this issue earlier in the day.
The Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, promised last May, Kieran, 3 weeks out from the federal election, that there would be no changes to the superannuation system if Labor were elected. In an interview 2 months earlier, the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, said there would be no major changes to the superannuation system.
We have no intention of making any super changes.
Australians shouldn't expect major changes to superannuation.
Now, ahead of a federal budget and a year after those comments, Anthony Albanese has changed his language to that of his Treasurer. No major changes, he says. We aren't doing any major changes. Yesterday he said it at the Press Club, today in Adelaide.
There won't be major changes to super. There'll be no major changes to superannuation. There won't be major changes. There won't be major changes to superannuation. There won't be major changes coming forward in the budget.
Got that? Well, you can read into this that some changes are coming. Mr Albanese repeated again today that the government wants to introduce a legislative provision to define superannuation so that it cannot be accessed by Australians in situations like pandemics or for policies like the Liberals had at the last election for first-home buyer deposits. The government says that hardship provisions will remain where people cannot meet family living costs so they can access $10,000 a year in superannuation. But also it appears there could well be a new super tax in the May budget, maybe for those who have more than $3 million in their super funds. Some pretty influential figures in terms of the Labor government have interest in this debate. Federal Labor Party President Wayne Swan is the chair of Cbus Super, and he was Mr Chalmers' former boss when he was Treasurer. Another former Labor Minister, Greg Combet, is the chair of Industry Super. And of course, the unions have a fair investment in these funds. There have been reports over the past few years that these industry superannuation funds pay as much as $10 million a year to trade unions. So when a Labor government looks to prevent a situation where money is taken out of superannuation funds, they argue this is about preserving people's savings for retirement. But their critics can say it's also about preserving union money. The Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, has also called on super funds in recent months to invest in things like affordable housing, potentially taking away the responsibility of governments to do so. Anyway, perhaps no surprise this morning to see Wayne Swan defending Mr Chalmers and his superannuation plans when it came to a vigorous debate with the radio host Chris O'Keefe on the Today Show this morning.
What happened with Jim Chalmers is it's typical Labor politics. He flew the kite, see which way the wind blows, realised, oh no, the kite's flying back at me, I better water this down. And that's exactly what happened.
With due respect, that's crap.
Oh, sorry. I know he used to work for you, Jim Chalmers. I know it's personal for you, Swanee.
It's not personal for me.
It's very
just
personal
not true.
for you.
And those sorts of distortions when it comes to super don't reflect well on the people that are making them.
Well, he's the one who put this wide-ranging think piece out there about sustaining our super. It meant nothing, Swanee.
Well,
nothing at all.
No, it does mean a lot.
But as Kerry Packer once said, if you're not minimising your tax, well, you need your head read, because you guys aren't spending it very well. So why should we donate more?
Well, that might be your values, but they're not mine, and they're not the Treasurer's.